Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It is August the 1st, 2023. We've made it to another day. Hey, Junior, what's going on? What's going on? Junior Silcock's in the house. Nice to see you, Junior. Everybody, I'll be right back. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to your morning broadcast. So, about 2 years ago, I had did a video on my other channel, and when that video came out, I was talking about truckers quitting and what would happen and what would occur. And now we have one of the biggest trucking companies that, after 99 years of being in business, have filed for bankruptcy. And so this is something that we should all be concerned about because when you take a look at what's happening around the country, we have the trucking industry that the American Trucking Association currently is estimating that truck driver shortages will drop from 78,000 drivers in 2022 to 64,000. But now, with this company falling and with them filing bankruptcy, we have another 30,000 jobs. Oh, thank you, Junior. Thank you for becoming a member, Junior Silcock. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being here, and thank you for becoming a member this morning. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Junior Silcock. He has a great channel, too. Lots and lots of fun. But the thing is, folks, um, when we see this bottleneck situation that's happening in the ports all around the country, it's very interesting to me that now we have one of the biggest trucking companies that is going out of business, and this is going to cause a lot of hyperinflation, slower items getting to the store. And I think that all of us need to be aware of this situation. The other thing that I want to talk about is that the main thing with this trucking is that we all have to realize here in the United States that truck drivers are responsible for more than 70% of products across the country. So with this trucking company going out of business, folks, I think that we're going to have some serious supply issue problems. And not only that, I mean, we've seen them in 2019, 2020, but I think what's going to happen is we're going to see them more and more. And the thing is, it's going to impact the entire economy. It's going to cause more items to become more expensive. It's going to be harder to find items. And I think one of the big thing is that these trucking issues are going to continue to happen. We have a lot of truckers that are retiring, that are quitting because they are tired of being on the road so much. But then the other situation that comes into play is that the trucking actual pay has fallen so much. Just on July 13th in Long Beach, which we all know is owned by China, the Chia Pets, there's a large group that gathered at the Port of LA and Long Beach, and they staged a protest against the California's AB5 labor law. And we also have a situation in Mexico and Canada where they were pulling over so many vehicles that over 65,000 truckers, their trucks got taken down and they were no longer be able to move them trucks until they come up to par. Who is going to replace these jobs is a big thing. But will they be able to replace them is the other question, right? Um, the workforce challenges definitely have not gone away. The TCA, which is affiliated with the trucking industry, and CDL Life is coming out with a lot of articles regarding this. This is the big one, Yellow Core, which a lot of people have been talking about. 99 years that they've been trucking, and if you notice that 30,000 more workers are going to go, not have jobs. And we also have this. There was a big battle with the Teamsters, and that represented 22,000 drivers and dock workers at that company. But now they're shuttering. And what if we have another big one go down? That's a very big concern. Is if we have another one of these large trucking companies go out of business. Imagine the effect, and we're already seeing major hyperinflation. We're already seeing food shortages. How many of you in the chat right now are seeing some type of food shortage? Rice and wheat is the big one that's on the table right now. But then the heat is taking a serious toll on all of our gardens and the drought. And right now, we're supposed to get some rain here in the Ozarks. I'm hoping that we do, which will be super nice if that happens for us. But I think that each and every one of us needs to be aware of these situations because Yellow Core is the third largest, and it was just a couple years ago that they actually purchased another trucking industry. I think it was like $1.9 billion they spent on getting it. So we need to realize that all these trucking situations are going to cause a lot of chaos, a lot of confusion, and a lot more people out of jobs. And the thing is Biden economics here in the United States is not working too well for us. That's for sure. One thing I want to say is that they are expecting another shortage of nearly 80,000 drivers. And so they're talking about it was getting better now with this happening. It looks like it's on a downward slope again. We also have several ships around the country stacked up again in the ports. So I want to pull that up too, and because I think that what we need to prepare for is more shortages, slower transport, chaos, and it's best to prepare now than to wait until last minute and be caught off guard. I think that's really important. Good morning, Peanut Ladybug. Good morning, Country Prepper 19's up in the house. So let me pull this up here real quick and show what's going on at the ports. You all know that I've been involved with the maritime for, oh gosh, before they had it online. I used to market in book and follow it, and that was really interesting. But you can see that Long Beach is not as bad as it was last year. Last year it was very concerning. Um, Last year it was such a chaotic mess that we all realized that that it was going to get worse and worse. I think one of the biggest things that concerns me with the ports is that we have some strategic movement going on up by the Aleutian Islands again, and that's something that's going to be really concerning because the Aleutian Islands, as I've always said, has been one of those places that has been a strategic military point. And yes, Rick, I did see that. So now we have the military under attack, where you can just do the fast track program. I have no problem. You all know this about me. I love all people. I don't care what nationality you are. I don't care what religion you are. None of that matters to me. But the thing is that now the military has this fast track program to become a citizen. And now, as Rick just posted, there is a new police officer fast track program that you will be able to become a police officer, which is just being a migrant that's not even here legally. But let's take a look at the maritime, and then I want to talk about a couple things this morning. I am going to be bringing back the morning news and the morning chaos because just to keep us up in the loop. But you can see there, here for you that don't know me very well. If you see this little island right here where my cursor's at, in 1983 to 1989, I was in the United States Navy. That is San Clemente Island, and that is where I was stationed at. So it's out in the Channel Islands. A lot of times when I say San Clemente, people think of San Clemente, the city in California, but I was actually out on an island. It was a great experience. I learned a lot about survival and prepping living on that island, that's for sure. We could actually see across to Catalina Island, which was absolutely awesome. Welcome. Just doing our best. Thank you for becoming a member this morning. And Junior Silcock, I really appreciate the new memberships. Thank you so much. It really does help support the channel and help support the programs that I do. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now let's take a look up here. Let's go out and zoom out a little bit just so y'all can get an idea. Now in 2022, there was a huge chaotic problem at the port of Los Angeles, at Long Beach, excuse me, Los Angeles. It's all the same. It is a cesspool of misery and homelessness right now and drug addiction. And I used to live out there in California, and I miss the old California. My aunt lived there in 1955 when it was all orange orchards and strawberry fields, all you could see in LA County. It was absolutely stunning when you look back at the pictures. But as you look up here, you can see that we had a strategic movement. All the green vessels are the cargo ships. Now, if you look off the Aleutian Islands, and this has been something that's been going on that a lot of folks have had their eyes on. The Aleutian Islands are right here off of Alaska, right here where these fishing boats are and these cargo vessels, right? So what has happened is there's been a lot of fishing boats that have came out of China that are setting not only in and around the United States and Alaska, but also setting over there in the straits. And the thing is they're wondering why they're out there and that they're not really fishing. And there's been surveillance of them, but it's still coming in the same way. And this has been going on for about 6, 7 weeks. That these fishing boats have just been appearing all over the world, a lot near Australia, Canada, Alaska. And if you notice up here, and I think a lot of times people misunderstand this, this is how close we are and how easy it would be for Russia to come in and invade the United States through Alaska. If they took Alaska, which is right here, right? Right there where that tugs and special crafts is, there's a little island right out here, and that island belongs to Russia. And so literally, here's Russia, where this other ship is, where that cargo vessel is, and here is Alaska. And you can see how close it is right there above my cursor, how close it is to go from Russia to Alaska. So see, Russia, people I think have a misconception about how far you would have to travel to get from Russia to the United States. So then what they could do is they could just come straight down this coast. And this is what's concerning to me. If you noticed, most of the cargo vessels, now we have a lot of cargo ships every single day, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right? But the thing that's concerning to me, and I've really been keeping a close eye on it, is how these cargo vessels are moving in the United States in an upward motion up toward the Canada area. And we have a lot of motion up there. We have a lot of ships moving. And as you zoom in, you can actually see that pattern. And it's very interesting to me. We know that there's problems. We know that there's a lot of problems up in there. And that's a very, very vulnerable spot. Well, and that's a good point, Rick. Very good point about who is fueling them. Now, right here, as you see where my cursor's at, that is the Aleutian Islands. 6 months ago, approximately 6 months ago, I reported on this. There was ghost ships that were behind cargo vessels just setting up there. And instead of responding with our U.S. Navy or something with a little bit more force, we sent up the Coast Guard to check it out. Well, we'll say that the current administration, the Biden economics, which is good for you and good for me, right, sent them up there. The thing is that why were they hiding behind cargo vessels and what were they up to? Now, we have this other situation as well. And I want to say this, we have a situation happening around the country with all of these food shortages and everything that's occurring. Now, the thing is as we see hyperinflation happen more and more, I don't know how about y'all, but we finally got our electric bill under way a little bit. It went from $80 to $300. Now it's calmed back down. How many of you are just really kind of feeling the crunch? Be it if it's our insurance went up like crazy money, like we were paying like $80, and now it's like almost $200 a month. So all these things that we're seeing are being set in place. And good morning, she's a wildflower. Good morning, Royal Linus. Good morning, Nasia Vlogs. Nice to see you. I think that the thing that we have to realize is that we're under attack from every aspect. And this is not just happening in the United States, but it's happening all over the world, right? One of the big things that concerns me is that rolling in of the CBDC. There's a lot of activity and a lot of talk right now about the CBDC, not only in the United States, but around the world. See, what has to happen is they have to crash the system worldwide. Your property taxes went up. Go figure, right? I think the big thing is they have to crash the whole monetary system worldwide. And once they crash it worldwide, right? And I think that what'll happen is it will be a hack. It will be a computer hack that will take down a major bank. And when that happens, that's when the masses are going to be like, well, hey, okay, well, we'll just have to go with the CBDC and it'll be good for everybody. And see, it's kind of a scapegoat situation where they can say, well, hey, Southern Belle, $987. Geez, that's what I'm talking about. And even looking at the trucking industry, years ago, I said that the truckers were going to quit. And now we see it coming. But my question too, when it comes back to the trucking situation, is who's going to replace them? Who is going to replace the truckers? That is something that we all need to think about too. Will it once again be a fast track to citizenship, a fast track to getting a visa? And I have no problem with people coming here legally. But, it is very interesting the things that are going on. Well, well, isn't that nice of them? Or is that a way for them just to go ahead and slide in some more money? Let's check in on the USA crime report this morning. Now, we're not looking bad. Oh my goodness gracious, it's not looking too shabby this morning. I mean, a lot better than what it's looked like in the past, right? Good morning, George. It looks way better, folks, than what we've seen it in probably, oh my gosh, probably months and months. I think that that's really interesting that it's not as bad as it was. I mean, it was terrible, right? But what we do want to pay attention to is a lot of people say, well, it's not going to happen in my town. It's not going to happen in my state or my area. It's really important. Yes, yes, just doing our best. That has been said over and over and again. Good morning, everybody. Do you got your coffee? Is everybody ready to roll on a Tuesday morning, August 1st? I got Java. The crime situation across the United States is better. That map is way better than what we've seen in a long time, right? A very long time. But I do want to touch on some of the crimes that are happening because this is why we always say in the prepping community and the 2A is keep your head on a swivel. As you can see, we'll start over here in the East Coast. Just this morning, there was an active scene in Boston's Jamaica Plain neighborhood, and two people were shot. Oh, excuse me, it happened last night. Excuse me. Queens, there was another situation. One thing that I want to pull up, I got to pull it up. Hold on a minute. I got to pull up another. Yeah, we got to see this because something that happened that's really interesting to me is there is an outbreak of leprosy. Did y'all know that? How many of you in the chat knew that there's an outbreak of leprosy in the United States? That is unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Yep, yep, you're exactly right. I did a lot of interviews out in the field when I was driving, and I talked to UPS drivers and over the road drivers, and their pay kept falling down per load, and so that's another interesting thing is, they're not. One trucker actually told me, and I'll have to see if I can pull up the interview if I still have the video. Is that this trucker actually told me that he was getting the same rate in 2023. This was I mean, 2022. This was last year that he was getting in 1999. And he said, I can't do it anymore. I can't keep my truck on the road with insurance going up, maintenance going up, and the loads are getting lower and lower in dollar price. So that's something too that, you know, I seriously have to run. I'll cry if I miss my penny shopping 72 food items on list today. Woot woot. If anyone interested, I can send lists to OTWP each week. Yes, send it. Go ahead and send it to me. I had a shopping list that I was doing, but I would love to see what you're doing, Southern Belle. Send it to me at offthewallprepper@gmail.com. If one of my mods are in here, if you drop my email, I'd appreciate that. Go ahead and send it to me. I would be very interested in seeing what you're doing. I think it's very important that we all keep our head on a swivel. But let's take a little bit look at the map. We have a person shot. The Mel is crawling on the ground. EMS is rolling in once again in Chicago. But over here, even in southeast Nebraska, there was a 2 to 3 shots fired, possibly coming from the east. We have one here in Missouri. 2 men were shot at a gas station on South Broadway in Osceola. That's South St. Louis area. St. Louis has really gotten really bad. We also have a shooting at the 4200 block of Pfizer. One male shooting victim was located and pronounced deceased on the scene. One male was exported to ROH in critical condition. Then we go down here to Texas. We have another situation, another fatal shooting. This is the things that we prepare for. And, remember those safety tips that we've talked about several times. And those safety tips will, hopefully, I hope, will keep you safe. Because the thing is that, if you're going into a restaurant, remember, don't sit by the front door. I lived near San Ysidro, California during the massacre that happened at McDonald's. And that was one of the most devastating massacres, when they first started coming out with all these mass shootings. But I actually lived about 15 minutes away from that restaurant. I lived in Chula Vista. We called it Chulawana. But, we went down there after the chaos to see what really had happened with our own eyes, because so many times media has deceived all of us, right? So I went down there, and I'll tell you what, it was one of the most devastating, eye-opening situations I've ever seen. So now let's take a look at the global incident map and see what's going on here. Let's slide over. We're gonna take a look. We have some dear new friends in Asia and the Philippines. So this is kind of shows what's going on with diseases around the world, and it's kind of interesting to watch. Let me see here. Let me get to the right one. There we go. So as you can see, it'll start showing all the outbreaks of everything that's happening, right? And let's let it run for a little bit. They get kind of funny. Let me pull me over to the side or something here. Let's see. No, it's not big enough. Okay, put baby in the corner. There we go. Now you can see. But I want to see if this comes up about um, the United States. It's Florida that had this outbreak of leprosy, and that's kind of like, you know, I don't know about y'all, but I've never really heard of leprosy being in the United States. Now I have heard of leprosy being in Hawaii. When I was over there visiting Hawaii, I actually ran down a hill. I was going to jump in this beautiful spring, and there was 2 caves above it, and you could see the cave. You could actually swim like if the water would have been safe. But as I slid down the hill, literally, uh, there was a big sign in front of me, and it said, "Do not enter water due to leprosy." And I was like, "Wow!" So, it's very interesting to me that leprosy. What is this? In Encephalitis. What is that, y'all? I don't know what that is. Encephalitis. What is that? Does anybody in the chat know? Yeah, Heather, it does come from armadillos too. But anthrax in Nigeria. Now there is some intel coming in that they are uh, Africa's having some major issues, and they are telling people to evacuate, U.S. citizens to evacuate from parts of Africa because of what's going on over there. Inflammation in the brain. Thank you. She's a wildflower. I had a feeling One of you. Yep, my good medical people here know. Inflammation of the brain. And then we got the dengue fever, dengue or dengue, however you want to say it. But thank you, Tab P. And morning, Tab P. What's going on with you, lady? Avian bird flu coming through again. Thank you, she's a wildflower. Yes, I was going to give some of those tips. That's one thing that I've talked about is not sitting near the door, putting your back against the wall. But even if they try to sit you near the door, tell them that you will not sit there. Also, to be aware of your exits, because so many times we walk in through one door and we don't pay attention to the other exits, which could save you or your family's life. Thank you, just doing our best for bringing that up, and welcome our new members, Junior Silcock, and just doing our best. Thank you for becoming members this morning. I appreciate it. West Nile virus. How many of you have noticed there's a lot of freaking mosquitoes out, like mosquitoes that, I mean, I don't know. I want to catch some and put them in a jar because they look different. How many of you noticed a lot of mosquitoes in your area? Hit a one. I've noticed them like they're thick. They're so bad that they're just like you go outside and they're just on you. Junior, I gotta I'm making some new emojis. I'm gonna do one like what you did do on your channel. I think that's really cool where it has your name spelled out. And so I'm gonna do that. I think that's really, really cool. I liked that the other night when I was over there. And you singing. If y'all have never checked out Junior Sicklot, you need to go check him out. I believe Junior, are you from the Philippines? I think you're from the Philippines. What town or what city are you in, JR? But you can see, folks, we got a lot of stuff. United States, Pennsylvania, unvaccinated Modco child test positive for measles. Costa Rica, 3 deaths due to ah. The mosquitoes are bad, but you're spraying every month. That's good, Heather. I don't know if I can spray 400 acres. I think that would be a lot of work. I think it's really interesting to watch this. I think this dengue fever is a big concern too. I think that in the United States that we're going to see some diseases and outbreaks that we've never seen. And yeah, and then there's also the new disease that what's it called? Oh, I just drew a blank. Y'all know how I am sometimes with my memory due to my PTSD. I just draw blanks. Inflammation and swelling of the brain. What is the one that's being caused by the mosquitoes? It's kind of a new thing. Um, something gall, ag gall, or something like that, where you're allergic to meat. And I don't know, that's concerning too. I've heard some really interesting things, and we all know Billy Boy Gates. He let loose mosquitoes in Florida. He also let loose mosquitoes at an event and actually freaked people out. Oh, that's a great idea, Tab P. Plant citronella and lemongrass. Natural, natural ways to get rid of it. That's Tab P. That's why this channel is about community. Great uh, idea to plant citronella and lemongrass. Tab P's dropping the foraging intel. See, those kind of things are really important because those kind of things will really help us. Yes, it's an allergy to red meat. And y'all know that I have been playing chef now for the last, this is going on my second or third week, helping my friend out at her restaurant. And so when we have somebody come in that has that, we have to totally cook everything on the stove, handmade with no other food because it is one guy, they tell him to carry an EpiPen. It's that serious. You have citronella everywhere. Yes, and Tab, I did last year. Me and Dragonflies went ahead and we got that all in order. The tin, you got to get the tin foil hats to make sure that you have stuff. You have about 3 acres around your house and 7 acres you don't spray. And I think it's good not to spray everything because, and it depends what you're spraying with too. I would rather see all of us use natural ways to help with these kind of situations, especially with him involved. You know what I'm saying? Especially with Billy. So you can see that we got some serious situations with the new diseases and things coming into the United States. I think the big thing with the trucking industry, though, which is the main topic this morning, is that we are going to see and feel the crunch. We are going to feel the crunch. Um, yes, they tell them to carry an EpiPen. Their actual throat can close on them. I want to start bringing back the morning news, and I'm going to bring back at least one night a week an evening broadcast because the morning news was my big show on Off the Wall Prepper 1, right, before it got taken down. But I'd like to bring it back in the mornings. And how many of you'd like to see the news come back in the mornings at least 3 days a week? Hit a one if you'd like to do that. I also we have a big lineup for August. We're going to have Faith Get Together as we do the second week of the month around the 15th of August. We have the A-Hole Club coming back, which will be fun. And the A-Hole Club is always fun. And then also, I think Preppy is coming in with a special report from China. So Preppy will be making a special appearance, and he's super excited. He came in for about 15 minutes and he took off. He went back to China, and so he's supposed to be back toward the end of August. So we'll see if he makes it back across the border. But if he comes the southern route, I keep telling him if he comes the southern route from Mexico into the United States, he'll do fine. Also, we have trivia coming this month. So we have a lot of fun things. You like Preppy. Uh, I think, good morning, Michelle. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And just as I said last night, if you missed the little live stream last night, it was a very short live stream, but there was a special message in there. And if you missed it, if one of my mods would drop the live stream from last night, it wasn't a long live stream, but sometimes God puts it on my heart to bring things to this channel. And he leads, I follow. And maybe if we all did that more often, we wouldn't live in such fear, doom and gloom, and stress. Even when I bring these kind of broadcasts, I want you always to remember that God's with us. No matter what, He is with us. He dwells in the midst of our channel. And we do put our faith first here. And some people don't like that. And, well, if you don't like it, well, there's a lot of channels out there that will bring you doom and gloom 7 days a week to have you petrified, scared. But I think that even with everything that's going on, we all have to know that God wins. God wins. God leads, and we just keep following. But we got to do the legwork and not be lazy. I have a special demo coming out for one of my brothers in the chat that loves my demos. And this one, I think you all like. Um, Psalms 27. How are you? How are you? Psalms 27 is, I think he was my very first subscriber on my old channel. And I'm always so glad to see you roll into the chat. But no matter what, I want to say to each and every one of you, we have to stay focused on what's good in this world. And we got to realize that we have to have balance. If prepping is stressing you out, then maybe you're filling your head with the wrong information. If prepping is making you fearful, then you're really not prepping, because it's very, very important to prep your spirit and prep your mentality and to go forward from there. The main thing is that we have to know that everything that we're going through is that we're living in glorious, wonderful times. It is all written, everything that's happening, and it's going to escalate quicker and quicker. And some of us, right, are going to just be standing there in amazement when the good Lord comes. But don't be deceived by man. Keep your eyes focused. Keep your nose in the Bible. And know that God is with us no matter what. And I'm glad to see everybody. They now have a recall on cooking salt. I've been looking. I get recall alerts every day, George. It's unbelievable the recalls that I get. Um, as you all know, I signed up 2 years ago to be an independent journalist, and so I get everything from Border Patrol to the UN. I get all kinds of stuff. I had to go through a bunch of loops to do it, but I did it because I want to bring up to date information. I just haven't been in the news as much because I feel there's more important things to do. We cannot change what's happening, but we can change how we react. We can change how we deal with things, and that's very, very important. As we go out this morning, I want you all to know that myself and Dragonflies, we really care about you. I appreciate you hanging in here with me as we watch the channel grow again. And this time, we're just going to keep being, I'm just going to keep being me and doing the things that I do because God leads and I follow. We're going to take it on out with a video that I put together about faith. And remember, walk in faith, not fear. Do the dang thing daily, whatever that means to you on your prepping journey. Don't give up. Don't give in. I'll see you soon, my friends. And I'm going to be putting out a lineup. I hope to get it done this afternoon after I get off work. Not cooking today. No Chef OTWP in the kitchen today. I'm working out of the house. But we are supposed to get storms here. I will be putting that lineup up. We are having lives almost every Wednesday and every Friday. Friday night is conspiracy night, kind of a fun time, and to go down the rabbit holes. The rabbit holes are fun as long as you all stay centered and come back out with me. Remember, 2247 is our angel number, and I don't know where that number came from, but 2247 has been on the channel a while now, and when I looked it up, it is an angel number. So God bless you all from here in the Ozarks. Big, huge prepper hugs, and I will see y'all probably tomorrow morning for coffee and news update. God bless you all from here in the Ozarks, wherever you're at. Make today count, every day count. And on your way out, sing with me the 2247. The 2247. Walk in faith and not fear, my friends. God bless you all.
When I wake, I know you are with me. In the dark, I can almost see you clearly. Every day, you're singing over me. Like water, my love runs free. Oh, there is nothing like your love. There is nothing and no one above. Oh, come be with us, Holy One. In my pain, I know you can feel it. There I find the comfort in your spirit. And every day you're singing over me. Like water, my love runs free. Oh, there is nothing like your love. There is nothing and no one above. Oh, come be with us, Holy One. Oh, come be with us, Holy One. Anywhere I go, in you I find my home. Anywhere I go, in you I
All right, everybody. I hope everybody has a great day and keep on doing the things that matter. I'll see you soon. I'll see you tomorrow morning for sure for Coffee with OTWP. I have a special news broadcast that I'll be bringing tomorrow morning. Keep your head on a swivel. Be safe out there. And also, I would say definitely if you have the capability to get some extra gas or fuel, do that. I heard that through the grapevine, the gas prices are going up again. So everybody keep on doing the legwork. Don't give up. Don't give in. Till I see you again, my friends. God bless you from here in the Ozarks to wherever you're at. Big, huge prepper hugs. And remember, walk in faith and not fear. God bless you all. Bye bye.